Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. I'm so excited for a new year. I'm excited for what it's going to bring for me and for you. And this is the year of use up my craft stash because I have way too much craft stash and I am going to use it all. So this is going to be a fun and exciting year. I have a couple Valentine's DIYs for you today. So make sure that if you love them, you subscribe, like, and share with your friends. Hello, and let's get to this first DIY. So I picked up this jumbo craft heart at the Dollar Tree for, you guessed it, $1.25. And then I had this bucket left over. I pulled the handles off because I didn't really want the handles on here, and I wanted to show you a cool trick. You can use nail polish remover to get off the words. So say you want the galvanized look, but you don't want it to say flowers and whatever, flower and garden. You can go ahead and take that off. You can either paint over it, you could take it off, you can leave it on. It's all up to your preference, but I wanted just the galvanized bucket without the wording on it, so I knew that I could remove the letters with nail polish remover. So here I am taking it off. Didn't take very long. This is foam block. I get mine from Michael's because you can actually get a better deal buying it in bulk. And I just cut it down to the size to fit inside. And then I just use the bottom to kind of figure out the edges around it. And then I just place it in there. So this is me using, I like to use anything I could get my hands on actually to carve into this because it's super soft. So it goes, it just cuts right into it. So this dowel also came from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to puncture a hole in the bottom of my heart. Now, it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. My scissors would not go through, and I was worried that it was going to bend up the bottom and so it wouldn't look right. So I pulled out my trusty dusty screwdriver and put a hole in it, and it still wasn't wide enough, so I used my glue gun to melt a little bit so I could get it in there. So I'm just using a little bit of the glue gun heat to open the hole up, and then and then I did squeeze a little bit of glue down there to hold the dowel stick into the bottom there. And then I needed a little bit more to raise it up a little bit, just for stability purposes really, and for when I fill in the top that I'm not filling in more than I need to. This stuff is messy, forewarning. You're gonna see it on my hands throughout this entire video because it doesn't come off. So yeah, this is the fun part. We're just playing with it. See as much space as I could fill up. You could use bags here, crumpled up paper if you wanted to, if you didn't want to use any more floral foam. But like I said, I bought a lot for Michael's at one time, so I'm just going to go ahead and use it. And I don't use it all that much, but why not, right? So I find the center of the thing and poke a hole in it. So now, here comes the fun part. So this is all moss that I have collected over the years from different places. The stuff in the gallon-sized bag is from somewhere else. This is from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to go ahead and glue it all over the heart. So now, my goal for this year really is to use the most craft supplies that I possibly can in my stash, because you guys, when I say that I have a craft stash addiction, they should have a meeting for those of us that buy all kinds of craft stuff and then don't use it. So I promised myself this year that 2022 would be the year that I would use all the stuff that I have had and kept, I'm going to use it for this and I'm going to use it for that. And it didn't ever happen. So put down in the comments below if you guys are just like me and you get craft supplies and you put them away and then, 2 years later, you haven't used them yet. So this is that year. So I'm excited to start this video off with this year, showing you guys that I'm going to use things that I have in my craft stash. So, obviously I got the heart this year, but I didn't have any hearts, foam hearts. I did check my stash and I didn't have any. So when I went to the Dollar Tree, I picked one up. so that I could make this topiary because I don't decorate my house a lot for Valentine's. Like it's not the biggest holiday for me. My husband and I don't even really celebrate it because, y'all, if he doesn't love me 364 days out of the year, and it's just that one day that he goes out of his way to buy me flowers and chocolates and whatever, like, it's just not worth it to me. So, you know, we may, make a special dinner at home and hang out together or whatever, but it's not, I don't go with the whole, like, don't buy me roses, don't buy me expensive gifts. Like, I'd rather you buy me an expensive gift on a Tuesday in the middle of July, just because. So anyways, enough with that rant. So I'm going to go ahead and put moss all over my heart right here. And now this is sped up quite a bit, guys. It does take a while. So I just had a cool little show on that I was watching, and I went ahead and did this. So excuse my sniffles because I haven't been feeling too well. That's why it took me a little longer to get my first video out for this year. But here I am. We will endure. So I just go ahead and put it all over, and I tried a couple different techniques where I just squirted the glue on. I used my little spatula to spread it out and then do it. I think the spatula spreading worked out a little better because then there wasn't as many gaps, and the spatula helps to not burn your hands off because, big piles of hot glue under there, not so fun. So here it is, all done in beauty. I did go through with a pair of scissors and I kind of snipped where there was really excessive pieces sticking off. Now these hearts I also had from last year from the Dollar Tree. They do have these this year. I did see them, but I had a bunch of them, so I didn't pick up any more. So I'm gonna glue these little, I thought several different ways to do this, and they do have these felt roses that are at the Dollar Tree that I did pick up, but they just kind of like overpowered my heart here. So I wanted something a little more dainty, and this is actually super cute. It reminds me, kind of gives me that like Alice in Wonderland vibe, painting the roses. Who's painting the roses red? So I just kind of left it, and I thought it was really cute. So I'm just going to glue on a few here. I do go back and add some more once I have it standing, because it's easier to look at it to see like, oh, okay, I need one more right here, and I can use one more right here. And I only did do one side of this. You could do both sides if you want to, but mine's up on above my coffee bar wall, and you really can't see the back, so I didn't do that. So this is just the paper that you get when they wrap up your stuff at Home Goods or Marshalls or wherever, and you buy glass. Like, I save all that. And so this is me doing stuffing the sides. It's going to give it a little bit more stability, and it's going to help work on the base that we're going to do here. So you could use tissue paper, you can use squished up like lunch bags, you could use garbage bags to stick on the side, whatever you want. I'm just going to use a little hot glue here to kind of stick down the pieces where I had slid it apart to get it around the base there. And I really like how this came out, because it gives it more of an organic look on the bottom than just just like, I liked it crinkled, if that makes sense. So you can also add rocks here. They have rocks at the Dollar Tree. You got rocks in your yard. Go spend some time outside. If you didn't have a dowel, you can also use a branch from outside. I think would be really cute. I almost did that, but let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I have so many dowels, because for a while there, every time I went, I would pick them up because I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. So dowel it was, but I think it would be really cute with a branch as well. So there it is. I added a few more hearts on top, and that's the base. I think that came out super cute. Now, so we got to do the bottom here. So I'm using my antique wax, and I'm just going to wax the dowel itself just to give it a little darker look to it. And like I said, if you used a stick from your yard, you wouldn't even need to do this step because it would already be colored. And then I'm going to go around the whole bottom here, and I'm going to add my antique wax all over the bottom to give it that dirt look. So I will cover it with moss because I have so much of it. But I definitely wanted to have the brown base just in case anything didn't cover all the way, that it just looks like there's, you know, natural dirt underneath there. So you can either do this step or skip it. Depends on how much moss that you want to use on the top here, or if you're using rocks, or if you want to go super extra, you could do a whole bottom with the sparkle hearts. That would be really cute too, to make the whole bottom sparkly, or use glitter or sand. So many different things that you could do with this project, but this is what I did with mine. So here I did make a bow, and I thought I was recorded making my bow, and I didn't. It's just a regular like shoestring bow. You'll see it when I show the piece at the end here, but I'm just gonna, you know how I love my hot glue. If you've been around at all, like, you know, I love hot glue. I always use so much of it. I should own stock in hot glue. But I just go ahead and put some on there, and then I just stuff my moss right on top. And you could see some of the brown poking through. I absolutely loved that. I did reach into my other bag, and there was some like little leaf looking things in there, and I wanted to throw that in there too, to again give this a real organic look on the bottom here. But I think this came out super cute. I hope you guys love it too. So let me know down, oh my gosh. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of this, and if you're gonna replicate it. I would love, love, love to see it. You can find me on Instagram, tag me there. I would love to see you guys make this. This would be so cute in many different areas of your home. And even if you wanted to skip the little red hearts on there and just do the super organic look to it, I think it would be adorable. So I hope you guys like this as much as I do. Okay, so this is a 5-minute DIY, and I definitely was on the struggle bus with this one. I almost didn't add it, but I just thought I'd let you guys see it because it does come out super cute. So these grapevine hearts came from the Dollar Tree. They have them this year. I did have some left over from last year, so that's what I'm using. And this baker's twine that also came from the Dollar Tree, like the middle of last year, I found it. So I was glad too, because it's a big roll of it. They do have a small packet with 3 smaller Valentine colored baker's twine out right now. If you didn't have this one, you can use jute cord, you can use yarn, you can use whatever you want. But so I'm just literally tying a little loop around the grapevine heart, and then I'm going to tie it to my base string, which is going to hang in my kitchen. And yeah, I'm totally just going to let you watch this. It is super easy to do if you are not struggling in the how do I tie this on here department. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think. I think it came out super cute. I do have a little picture in the end that shows the tree that we made, and this little garland hanging in my kitchen on my chalkboard wall. So I hope you guys like this as much as I did. I did do some varying in lengths. I didn't want them to be all the same length, so some of these strings are longer, some of them are shorter. So it just depends on what you want. I'm gonna do a different one where they're all connected because I definitely have enough to do a whole nother garland. So I figured why I might as well use them. It's that time of the year. It's time for hearts. I got hearts. Let's use them up. So, I mean, it's an easy concept. I just tied a loop on the end, and that's how I'm going to hang it. I did actually, once I had it hanging, I did add a couple more because it just didn't look full enough for my space. So that's another suggestion, like really look at where you're going to put this at and make sure that you have enough hearts on there to fill out the space. So I was filling, you know, an entire top of a wall. So, you know, I just added more. I mean, that's the nice thing is it's just, you just tie them on. When you're done with this at the end of the season, you can just either put this in a Ziploc bag and save it for next year, or take it apart and keep your hearts for something else for next year. Okay, so these, I put two DIYs together because they are so simple and so easy that they didn't require a single like separating DIYs. But so this little heart gumball machine I picked up at the Dollar Tree this year, and the lights I also picked up this year, and they just take two AA batteries. And then the little pom-poms came from the Dollar General, and I picked those up last year. So I'm just testing the lights to make sure that they work. And I'm going to put the screw back in to hold the battery pack together. And so I had originally filled up the gumball machine with the little pom-poms, and I was like, oh, okay, done. But then I was like, no, I want it to be lit up. So of course I had to empty it all the way out, put the lights in there. The battery pack fits perfect. And then the cool thing is that the little pom-poms are going to cover up the battery pack, and you're not going to even be able to see it when it's displayed. So I'm just literally putting the pom-poms back in and filling in the areas, especially around the battery pack, so that you don't see it. And that's it. That's how simple this DIY was. I took the gumball machine, I took a string of lights, and I took some pom-poms, and I made this cute little light up gumball machine that is just sitting on my shelf where I have my Valentine's Day stuff. But it was so easy that I had to share it with you. So I hope you guys like this as much as I do. I definitely used a skewer stick to push them down. Look how cute. So cute. So what originally I first tried to screw the top back on, the battery pack was too far down. So I had to pull it out a little bit and rearrange a couple of them little pom-poms. And then after I did that, I had extra space, so I added a few more. But like I said, super simple. I wouldn't even call this a DIY. Honestly, this is just an idea that I had with the little gumball machine that is at the Dollar Tree right now, and I wanted to share it with you guys. I hope you love it. Okay, so these tags came from the Dollar Tree this year, and I thought they were really cute. And this, again, like I said, super simple DIY. So I just decided to leave them as they were. I think they're cute. I like, It's just the right amount of sparkle, and I want to say that the sparkle is better than I've seen in the past. So I'm just taking some jute twine and I'm going to loop it through both of the tags. I cut the original tag off there, and I'm just going to loop it through. You know, I always have to have some kind of drama when it comes to looping anything through anywhere. I don't know what it is, what goes on in my mind when it comes to this. I don't know. The tying things, it's like you could tie anything, but Amanda can't do it. So anyway, so I'm just kind of figuring out how much jute twine I'm going to need to make this work. And I'm just going to literally glue one of the tags to the other at a little bit of an angle, like so. Finish tying that up. Now that I have them together, double knot it, cut it off, and then I thought it needed a little bit something extra, so I'm going to add a little bit of eucalyptus to this. Now, when I showed my husband, he said it looked a little Christmassy to him, but I still think it's cute, and it's hanging on the back of my door, so I thought it was cute. But if you think it's too Christmassy, you can, you know, leave the eucalyptus off, but I love eucalyptus, and I just really felt like it needed a little something on the top there. You could take this and put it over an existing wreath. It just adds a little bit of Valentine's zhuzh to your wreath, and you would just like adhere it straight to the wreath. Like so many things you could do, but it's literally just hanging on my door. I thought it was cute, I thought it was easy, and I wanted to give you guys something that you can do without it being too complicated. Like literally, you take something exactly the way that you bought it, you glue them together, you hang them a little differently, add a little foliage to it, and it's good to go. So I hope you guys love this as much as I do.